see the monks over there doing some work. We've just found one of the stores selling all the fake stuff. So far, Luang Prabang has really impressed us. Looks absolutely incredible. I've got live music at the front, never ending. There's so many shops down here. Good morning and welcome back to the vlogs, where today we're going to be checking out Luang Prabang for the first time. Starting off with a walk into the Old Town. We'll be checking out the Royal Palace Museum at some point today too, and then hopefully this evening we'll be going off to the night markets for some delicious food. But we have woken up in this room, which is 10 times better than the one in Pak Beng. So if you've not seen that, definitely go and check out the vlog from then. And we're all changed and ready to go. But Beth actually got a message from the Vientiane Hotel, or however you say it, which is also in Laos, but it's the next stop on our trip. And they basically said that the security in Laos is less safe for like pickpocketers, people on bikes that just snatch your stuff. So we need to be careful today. We've put everything in the safes to keep it all locked up and secure. And also, to be fair, the wardrobe has got a lock to it too, so we can also lock the wardrobe and take the key with us. So it does feel a lot safer in this hotel than we thought it was going to be. The weather outside though is very hot, with temperatures getting up to about 35 degrees today. So this is probably the hottest it's been so far. It seems to be getting hotter and sunnier in each place we go. And that is why we've put loads of sun cream on today, and hopefully we're going to time the Royal Palace Museum so that it's the hottest time of the day, which will hit that 35 degree temperature. But let's get going and let's see how hot it really is. So we have arrived at the first temple, which is the Wat Sensoukharaham. So it actually looks really pretty. We're gonna have to take a look inside. It's apparently one of the largest here in Luang Prabang too. So I'm looking forward to actually taking a look inside. They've just shortened it usually to Wat Mai, makes it 10 times easier to say. And it was built in the 1780 when it was the reign of King Aranaut. So let's take a look inside the temple. It's got a really cool gold artistic work on the outside of it. Really impressive stuff, I have to say. Got all the animals down at the bottom too. See a dragon horse, the bull there, all praying there to the Buddhas. So it's some really cool piece of artwork here in Laos. And it's actually quite a lot different to the ones which we saw in Thailand. Fun fact is that this actually used to be the home of the Emerald Buddha, but it's actually now been moved over to Vientiane. So hopefully we can see it when we hop over to the next city in Vientiane, which is actually the capital of Laos. But they've got very similar stuff, but it is slightly different decor. Like the Buddhas do look slightly different, I find. Quite a lot of them here. But it's again, really cool temple to go and see. So there are all the pretty cool statues still outside of the temples, and then again you can see the monks over there doing some work to help maintain the temples too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's a good start. First temple in Laos, and it is very pretty, although I do think we will get bored of temples if we do temples every single time we go anywhere. So we'll have to find some other activities to do too. We've just found one of the stores selling all the fake stuff. So you can see over there, they've got like loads of North Face bags, Patagonia stuff, Superdry, Fila. Good vibes so far here in Luang Prabang. All of the restaurants look lovely and the shops too. And apparently this whole street here that we're currently stood on, there's Beth taking a few photos, but this street that we're currently stood on gets closed off later on. I don't know if it's a weekend thing or not, but then they'll have loads of market stalls up here and you can go and get street food or shop around. So we've arrived at Yuni Yupoun restaurant, which looks so fancy, and I have to say, so far Luang Prabang has really impressed us with just how quaint the village is. Well, I don't know, is it a village or a town? I'm not sure, but it is really quaint. Lovely street to walk down with lots of nice restaurants and shops, and we've stopped off in this one. So we've gone for a burger and chips each. Beth's gone for chickpea burger, and I have gone for the chicken burger. Both come into 120,000 kip each, which is about £8.88 in total. So really good value, especially for how nice the restaurant is too. For some reason, every time I decide to do a video, the whole of Europe comes into this restaurant. So we've had that issue, but that's fine, you can hear me now. So the lunch deal also includes a big bottle of water, which is pretty good too, because sometimes you get really small bottles, but that one is nice and massive and cooled, so that is good. But yeah, the restaurant is beautiful. It's called Food Around the World. Beth will show you around now, and you've got different things. So you can see the Senegal musical instruments over there. We've got the Mexican hats over here. What are the hats called again? I can't remember. The sombrero hats. And then you've also got all the hands from different countries. And it's beautiful, really. And there's loads of restaurants down the street too, which are really nice. Thankfully, it is quietened down a little bit now, because basically everyone went upstairs, and because it's wooden flooring, when people were moving all the chairs, it was just making loads of loud noise. But it's been so quiet, and then for some reason, as soon as I started recording, it happened. But here we go. This is the burger, so we'll give it a try. It's a little bit plain, to be honest. It's just got that in, but I suppose you could put the salad in if you wanted to. Maybe that was the option why they put it on the side. But we'll give it a try, see what we think. I'm obviously not going to put the salad in because I don't want to get ill in case they've washed it in the Lao water. It's nice chicken, just a little bit dry because obviously there's nothing else in it, to be honest. But the chips look nice too. We'll give the chips a quick try. Chips nice. It's quite weird. A little bit like fish and chips, rather than like usual chunky chips that are quite hard. But yeah, I'd say nice restaurant, good food, and not too expensive either. We've finished our food, and now we're going to continue exploring down the Laos streets before hopefully later on we'll go and check out that museum. The next stop is the Wat Sensoukharaham, so another one of these absolutely stunning temples here in Luang Prabang, and it actually stands for the Temple of 100,000 treasures, and that is because it was actually made of 100,000 treasures from the Mekong, 100,000 stones from the Mekong River just next to it. Doesn't look like you can go inside though, but it's cool. There are so many of these temples just in one place. I don't know how anyone ever actually managed to get through them all. So we've made it to the end of Luang Prabang and back by the Mekong River. So you can see that is what we sailed down just a couple of days ago. But the vibe's ruined a little bit here because it's really quiet, and then all of a sudden you can just hear all these diggers. I don't know whether they're creating a beach or something, because hopefully they're doing that, because at the moment you obviously can't go down these stairs to actually get to the beach, but hopefully that will be looking nice in the future. So we've just seen this Viewpoint Cafe and Restaurant, which is just ahead of us here, and look at this tuk-tuk looking thing. It's for the Viewpoint, no it's not, it's for the Mekong River View Hotel, and it looks absolutely beautiful, very fancy. Must be some rich people which are staying in there. I'll show you it quickly. It's got like red seats. It's like, almost like a red carpet. It's got the red seats. There's the front. Oh, the wish that we could come here with a lot of money. And here it is, the hotel. It does look very fancy, a lot nicer than what ours looks like. You get a red carpet on your way in too. We can feel like right celebrities. Should we have a good look inside? Let's have a look inside. Wow, very fancy. Got the bookshelves here if you want to read any books. We've got some leaflets actually, they could be useful for activities to do while we're here, because it looks like there's not many activities, but it's quite a nice place to just go and look around. This hotel won the Hotel Cup in both 2017 and 2018. So there are also a couple of other cafes like this one here, the Two Colour River, which are probably a bit more affordable for our budget here. And you still get great views over the river onto the other side. So maybe we'll have a look at that later and maybe we can try that one out. Quite a lot of restaurants down at the river view which we want to try out, so one of the nights we're definitely going to go down, at least grab a drink, maybe get some food too. But we're now going to head over to the Royal Palace Museum, so that's literally just next to us now. So we're going to go in there, take a look around. It's boiling right now though, it's 31 degrees and it says it feels like 33 and the UV7 too, so we're feeling very hot. It'd be good to get inside of the museum just to cool off a little bit. And we are in the museum, and after thinking it'll all be indoors, unfortunately it is pretty much all outdoors. We've got a statue here, I'm not actually too sure who that is. There's loads of other rooms and stuff further around there. And there's a nice little pond too, so we'll have to go and check that out. But the first building that we're going to be looking in is the Theatre Falak Phalam. So hopefully that'll look cool inside, and hopefully it'll be cool inside because we are boiling. But it cost 60,000 kip each, which comes to around £4.45 for the both of us. So it's not too expensive to get in, but if you are a local, then you actually get it a lot cheaper. It's only 10,000 kip each. But yeah, obviously most of you watching will probably be foreigners like me. That was the theatre where they do shows on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so you can go and watch a couple of ballets there. But we're now taking a look into this building, which I'm not actually sure what's in this building, to be honest, but we'll find out. We've been turned around and told that you're not allowed to take any bags in, so we're just currently on our way back. And also you can't take cameras or phones or anything into that building. It must be a temple of some form. So we're going to drop our bags off at the locker room and then head back over to the building, and hopefully I can tell you a little bit more about it. Just been inside and it was the palace in the end, which does make a bit more sense, bearing in mind we're at the Palace Museum. But it was quite interesting seeing all of the things from the past. It was quite funny seeing the gifts that all the different countries are given to, because we saw gifts from like China, Thailand, Myanmar, etc. And there were all these really pretty painted things, all really intricately designed. And then USA's main gift was a record player. So that was quite funny to see. But we're now heading over to what looks like a temple, which is at the other side of the museum. Hoping to be able to go inside there too and take a look. Probably won't be able to film again though, so I'll have to put my camera away and I'll tell you a little bit about it when we come out. But if you're interested in the history of Laos and all the kings and queens, then this is definitely the place for you. But if you're not really that interested in any history and you don't really like looking around museums, then maybe there's no point in coming into this section. Again, we were unfortunately unable to take any photos whilst inside, but it looks like every one of the other temples which we have seen so far. Pretty cool grand doors though going in. This is from the back side. But yeah, it was literally just a Buddha in the centre and then lots of mini Buddhas all around it. So it's basically what we've already seen a couple of times before. So yeah, that's the main bit really of the palace, and we're going to head back now because I've got my cool trousers on, which I actually collected from the locker room, because unfortunately you're not allowed in there with shorts, which makes sense. They did actually charge me 10,000 kip for these trousers, very fashionable, but I'll obviously have to give them back in a minute, but that's less than 50p, so that's not bad at all. Go and collect our stuff from the lockers and then we'll head out of the palace and probably head towards our hotel, and hopefully we might find a nice little bar which we can sit at for a quick drink before we go back to a nice air-conned room, which is what we've been waiting for a few hours now. Sat down here in the Indigo Cafe, which looks really nice, and we've just ordered a cinnamon bun, which looks absolutely incredible. Look at that, I can't wait to get my nashes around that. But we've also ordered 2 7-Ups too. They're just coming, they're on their way soon, hopefully. But let's take a chunk out of this and see what we think. Oh, that is good. Very cinnamony, which is perfect. So I love it when it's got loads of cinnamon and sugar on. And it's nice and soft in the middle too. Couldn't get much better cinnamon bun than that. Apart from when we went to Oslo, and I had a much better one there because it was really nice and moist too. But this one's a very good attempt. Now the 7-Ups have arrived. It took a sort of like extra 10 minutes or so before they got here, but it's nice to be drinking a refreshing cold drink. I've been waiting for this. There was smoothies on the menu, which I had to force myself not to have because I was worried that the water would make me ill if they've used ice in the smoothie. They also bring out loads of glasses with ice, and I always think, I wonder if it is filtered or not, but we're not going to risk it. Going to just stick with the 7-Up for today and then head back to the hotel room. On the way back to the hotel, and we've decided that we're probably going to stop off and get our breakfast for tomorrow too at the shop, which is just opposite the road from the hotel. But that cinnamon bun and 2 Sprites came to 120, which is about £4.45. Well, I am noticing a lot more expensive prices here than compared to Thailand. However, there's 2 probably reasons for this. A, we're going to some nice restaurants and cafes and sitting down and having a drink and food. And also, B, it's a World Heritage site, so maybe that increases the prices too, ever so slightly. But it'll be interesting to see later on when we go to the night market, whether the prices then will be a little bit more similar to Thailand. And we've made it back into the room. So we've got a few things from the shop across the road. It came to 80,000 in the end, which is around £3 or so. So not too bad, but it's still, again, more expensive than what we've been paying. So we've got some Milo cereal for me, some Cocoa Crunch cereal for Beth, soy milk, but this time in a glass bottle, which should hopefully make it a lot easier to actually pour out, because we were trying to pour it out this morning from that carton, which has like a straw hole, and it was just literally going everywhere. So went for the glass bottle this time, which is good. And then another one of these chocolate wafer bars, which is actually really tasty. What are they called? They're called Choco Muncho, and they're a little bit like Lion bars, but this one's a white chocolate flavour, so much better for me. But yeah, we're going to just chill out in the room for a little bit now, cool down, because we were so hot and knackered from going around Luang Prabang all day. But it's beautiful, nice and quaint first impressions for sure, and it'll be great to see what the night market is like later, because we were actually told that they closed off all the streets, so we're looking forward to seeing that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of video editing and then we'll head out. Showered and ready to go. So we're going to head over to the reception firstly to ask them the easiest way to get to the waterfall, which we want to see tomorrow. And then we are heading off to the night market, which I've been looking forward to, especially after hearing about how good it was from someone from the boat tour that we went on the other day. So let's get going. So we unfortunately missed the sunset tonight, but hopefully tomorrow we're going to be down by the river for our meal, so we should be able to see the whole sunset there. We've just walked up here now, and this is pretty cool. It's got loads of seating, got live music at the front, and then it's Somersby Cider by the looks of it. It's sponsored by, I don't know. But we'll have to go and have a look at the night market down at the bottom, because this is sort of up on the hill. Don't know if you can see it down there, that's the rest of the night market. But hopefully they should have a couple of tables down there for us to get some food first, and then maybe we could get a drink up here later on. So this is the street which we came down earlier, and they've now closed the road. So as you can see, the road's been closed and there's just stalls either side. So just a little bit of carnage, but we'll have to see what it's like inside. It is never ending. There's so many shops down here. Most of them are closed shops. I've seen a few painting shops, but unfortunately no food stands. So we're probably going to have to turn around in a minute and go back to the night market, as we are getting a little bit hungry now, so we want some food. So we've gone all the way to the other side of all of the shops, and we didn't find many food places, unfortunately, because all the restaurants then follow on from the market. So instead we're going to walk back to the night market and get some food from there and see what the prices are like. So So Beth has just bought this hair clip here. We all know for a fact that it's going to last about 2 days and then the actual flower will end up coming off of it. But she paid 20,000 kip for it. I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest, because I didn't see any bartering from Beth whatsoever. I was hoping for a little bit of a barter, but unfortunately she didn't decide to do it, so didn't get any good content of that. But to be fair, 20,000 kip comes to just under £1. It's like 60 odd p, so I can't really complain, to be honest, with the prices. We've managed to get all the way back through and we're back at the night market. Now it is time to try and pick a stall for food tonight. So we were walking around for about 10 minutes to try and find which stall that we wanted. It is very busy and all the tables are pretty much taken, so it took us a while to find a table too, but thankfully we're sat down now and ready to have our food. So I've gone for the chicken teriyaki, which looks pretty tasty there, and Beth has gone for the vegetarian ramen, which again looks really nice with the rice noodles, so we're gonna have to give that one a try at some point too. We'll give ours a quick try and see what we think. Yeah, a bit of chicken. So the table's very wobbly. It's alright, I'm not a massive fan. There wasn't loads of options around here either, but it'll do for tonight. Finished our food now and it wasn't the best, I have to say. I wasn't too impressed with it. It was a little bit overcooked, the chicken. I'm just not a massive fan of ramen, to be honest, and noodles, stuff like that. So I just went for it because I thought I need to try it at some point, and didn't go to plan really. But it's a lot cheaper, 120,000 kip, which was half of what we had for lunch earlier, so it's about £4.45. So can't complain about that. So if you do want a cheap meal, then come here to the night market. But we'll definitely be trying out a restaurant tomorrow. I think it's just the restaurants are nice, so we like to go to a nice place for food tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get to see the sunset too. So we've come up to the top of the hill after the carnage downstairs, and it's quite a nice sort of calming vibe here, with a guitarist at the front playing live music, which is nice. But we've ordered some drinks. They both came to 55,000 all together. So we've got the Beer Lao, the white beer. I thought I'd give that a try and see what it's like. So I'll give it a taste in a second. And then Beth's got the Summersby apple cider. It's not quite as chilled as it was on the boat, if you saw that the other day, but we'll give this one a try. It's a lot more different to any beer that I've ever had, but I don't think I've ever had a white beer before. But it's all right. Definitely rather have a lager or an IPA, but I don't know if white beer is an IPA, to be honest. Someone will have to let me know down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that Beer Lao do an IPA, so I might have to try that one instead if it's not this already. But yeah, not my favourite beer, but I'm still happy to be having a beer whilst it's warm on holiday. We are back in the room. So my first impressions overall of Luang Prabang is that it is a very stunning, quaint village. Not the best of night markets though. Definitely prefer the Thai night markets over the Laos one, but the night markets for shopping are very good though. So that massive street where there was loads of different shops where you could buy lots of local things was perfect. The restaurants are really nice too. Definitely recommend going to the restaurants rather than the night market if you have the budget to do so. And in terms of the palace, I enjoyed the palace, but it wasn't something that was amazing. It was much rather go to the waterfalls and do other things like we're doing tomorrow. The temples again are cool to see. However, if you're going traveling around and you've seen plenty of temples so far, it's nothing special really. But it is really nice views of the river, the Mekong River. So hopefully when we go for our meal tomorrow, we can get some stunning shots during the sunset. But yeah, that is my first impression of Luang Prabang, and hopefully it'll just go up from here, especially as we go and see that waterfall tomorrow. So I do hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. It is completely free and it goes a long way to supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog.